In 1992, a remarkable discovery was made in Xiuning, a small village nestled in the Zhejiang province in eastern China. This area, characterized by its simple farming lifestyle and the picturesque banks of the Ku River, harbored a secret beneath its mountain. The mountain, though not particularly grandiose, held an array of peculiar ponds, many of which were strikingly rectangular, hinting at an unusual origin. These ponds were always filled with water for as long as anyone can remember, and the local farmers regularly used the water from them. With generations of farmers using the mysterious pits without the water ever drying up, the ponds became known locally as the bottomless ponds, and were steeped in curiosity that extended beyond the oldest memories of the village elders. The name was well-deserved, as the depths of these ponds seemed immeasurable. Generations of villagers had attempted to gauge their depths using long bamboo poles, yet all such efforts proved futile, as the bottom was never felt by anyone. Strangely, there was even fishes of various sizes living in the waters of the ponds. In the summer of 1992, the mystery of these ponds deepened when a villager, during a routine fishing endeavor, caught a fish of extraordinary size, over 30 pounds, from one of these seemingly modest water bodies. This catch was significant not just for its size, but for the questions it raised about the true nature of the pond's depths, where such a large fish could grow and thrive. The villager who made this remarkable catch was already known in the community for his curiosity and previous attempts to explore the depths of these ponds. Spurred by this discovery, he was determined to unravel the mystery of the bottomless ponds once and for all. To achieve this, he needed to do something drastic: drain the pond to reveal its secrets once and for all. Convincing 3 other villagers of the need to explore the unknown, they pooled their resources to acquire a water pump, embarking on an ambitious project that would challenge the myths of their ancestors. On June 9, 1992, they began the formidable task of draining one of the ponds. They operated the pump continuously, working day and night in shifts, driven by a shared anticipation of the unknown. After 5 days of non-stop pumping, the water level had receded enough to reveal the first clue that this was no ordinary pond. To their astonishment, a set of stone stairs emerged from the receding waters, descending into the depths. This initial discovery was a moment of revelation and wonder. Realizing the significance of their find, the villagers decided to intensify their efforts. They acquired 4 more water pumps, dramatically increasing their capacity to remove the water. For 17 days, they continued their relentless endeavor, watching as the water level slowly dropped and the full extent of their discovery began to unfold. What they found was nothing short of monumental. As the final remnants of water drained away, they stood before the entrance to a vast, man-made cave. The pond that had long intrigued and sustained their community was, in fact, a skylight or rooftop entrance to a massive ancient subterranean complex. This discovery challenged everything the villagers knew about their surroundings and history. If you're fascinated by the prehistoric civilizations missing from our history books, embark on a remarkable journey with our eBook, Prehistoric Megastructures. This nearly 500-page volume is packed with images and in-depth explorations of some of the most astonishing and unexplained ancient structures ever discovered, monuments that were clearly built with advanced technology from a time long forgotten. There's a limited discount on the ebook, so make sure to click the link in the description or top pinned comment and uncover the mysteries that mainstream history refuses to acknowledge. The Guaju Caves, as they would come to be known, represented a marvel of ancient engineering and craftsmanship. In total, there were 24 caves. 14 of these caves were collapsed, but those that were intact all showcased perfectly flat floors, and ceilings angled at a precise 45 degrees. Although the caves were not interconnected, they were still all aligned with their floors on equal levels. In fact, there were caves that were made one next to the other, separated by as little as 20 inches or 50 centimeters. How is such precision possible? The caves themselves were enormous, with vast chambers carved out of solid rock extending deep into the earth. The precision of the carvings, the smoothness of the walls, and the sheer scale of the excavation suggested a level of sophistication and organization that was unheard of in the annals of ancient Chinese history. The cave's design was both intricate and functional, with channels and pools that indicated a complex understanding of hydraulics and water management. Despite their ancient origins, the caves had withstood the test of time, remaining structurally sound and largely free of debris or sediment, which added to the mystery of their purpose and the identity of their creators. Another mystery is the fact that there is no evidence of smoke residue on the walls or ceilings. So, how did they illuminate the caves while they were working on them? Spanning an average of 11,000 square feet each and soaring up to heights equivalent to a 10-story building, these caves collectively cover an area akin to 3.5 city blocks. Estimates suggest that without advanced technology, carving these would have taken centuries, excluding the time needed for the intricate chiseling and decorative work that adorns the caves. Such a massive undertaking hints at imperial sponsorship, yet remarkably, these caves were not known to history. Despite China's long-standing tradition of meticulous record-keeping, not a single account of these caves' construction has been found in ancient texts. The caves also present a fascinating aspect in the form of the marks on their walls. These marks are notably identical and consistent. All of them are perfectly uniform and are all set at a 60-degree angle. This led many to believe they were made by some sort of advanced technology. Intriguingly, these marks closely mimic those produced by contemporary machinery, leading to comparisons with the patterns left by modern drilling equipment. When the marks in these ancient Chinese caves are compared to those made by our current drilling machines, the resemblance is uncanny, almost identical in nature. This raises the provocative question: did the creators of these caves possess technology akin to what we have today? Calculations suggest that the construction of the Guaju Caves would have involved the removal of millions of cubic meters of rock. Given the average density of sandstone, which is around 3 tons per cubic meter, the total weight of the excavated material would be monumental, easily amounting to millions of tons.
One of the things that's baffling is that there's no evidence of their construction. One of the other things that mystifies them is that there isn't any evidence of the people that built these caves. There's no villages or cemeteries or work areas. Over 1 million metric tons of stone were removed from those caverns, but when archaeologists go around the area, they can't find any of it.
Such a massive quantity of rock would have left a significant mark on the landscape, creating large mounds of debris akin to the spoil heaps associated with modern mining operations. Yet, the region around the caves shows no sign of the massive piles of rock that would be expected from such extensive quarrying activity. But these 24 caves are not the only ones that possess all of these traces of advanced technology. In fact, there are thousands of similar caves all across China. If we go 100 miles north, we can find the Hashan Grottos. Located near the Yellow River, these grottos comprise of 36 caves, each exhibiting a sophistication and precision that echo the bewildering characteristics of the Guaju Caves. The grottos are an architectural marvel, with their vast interiors, intricate passageways, and detailed carvings. The sheer size of the excavation project for the Hashan Grottos is staggering.
Similar to the Guaju Caves, the amount of rock removed to create these spaces is monumental. Yet, just as mysteriously, the debris from this massive excavation is nowhere to be found. Estimations of the total volume of rock removed to form the Hashan Grottos run into millions of cubic meters, a feat that would require a well-organized workforce and a sophisticated understanding of engineering principles. Without advanced technology, carving these would also have taken centuries till they were fully finished. Yet, no historical records or documents have been found that shed light on the construction of these grottos, their purpose, or the civilization that built them. Many parts of these caves are still unexplored. Another place where we can see the strange machine marks is the Hashan City Fortress. Situated atop a lofty loess slope, this mysterious fortress is cleverly concealed by deep gorges, rendering it almost invisible to the untrained eye. Even local residents have scant knowledge of its historical origins. It was only through the guidance of an 80-year-old local named Hu June that the significance and design of the fortress came to light. His familiarity with the area was key in uncovering the pathways leading to this historic site. Inside the Hashan City Fortress, the land opens up, reminiscent of an ancient ark. The fortress once housed cave dwellings on its flanks. These have since eroded, leaving behind only the plateau and its gate. Upon its discovery, the initial theory proposed by historians was that the local villagers, described as primitive farmers without any means of defense, constructed the fortress as a refuge from bandits. This narrative, however, raises more questions than it answers, particularly regarding the fortress's grand architectural features, notably its 30-foot massive doorway that can be visible from a large distance. The scale and complexity of Hashan City Fortress's construction seem to contradict the idea of it being merely a hideout. Like with the previous caves we discussed, the cave in Hashan is also not formed by nature but carved meticulously from the rock. Judging by the marks, it was most likely carved with the same technology used in the other caves. Another mysterious place is the Guaju Caves, often referred to as China's largest cliff dwelling. Discovered in 1984, this extensive cave complex comprises 117 caves and 350 chambers, sprawling across 25 acres or 100,000 square meters, making it a monumental testament to ancient ingenuity and craftsmanship. Located about 50 miles northwest of Beijing, the Guaju Caves are hewn from solid granite, a feat that underscores the advanced technical skills and persistent labor of their creators. On the surface of the granite, we can see once again the exact same marks found in other megalithic structures. The mystery deepens with the absence of datable archaeological evidence and the lack of historical records mentioning the site, leaving experts puzzled about the origins, purpose, and the people behind this architectural marvel. The Guaju Caves resemble a honeycomb of rock-cut chambers, organized into what appears to be two distinct village clusters. The design of these chambers, varying from square and rectangular to circular shapes, with single to multiple rooms across different levels, mirrors the cave dwellings found in regions like Turkey, Italy, and Spain. The presence of doorways, windows, king bed stoves, flues, lampstands, and storage compartments, all carved from stone, illustrates a high level of domestic sophistication. The architectural design also incorporates advanced drainage systems, highlighting the builder's understanding of environmental management and sustainable living. The structural dimensions of the caves, with consistent wall thickness and varied chamber sizes, along with the compact layout resembling multi-story buildings, demonstrate advanced architectural and engineering capabilities. The site had stone staircases, ladders, and bridges,
while the roofs had chiseled slots on them to collect rainwater. The Guantanadzi, or Golden Temple, the largest structure within the complex, is particularly noteworthy. Consisting of 8 chambered rooms over 2 floors, it contains finely carved stone pillars, a large central bed, and stone furniture, leading some to believe it was the residence of the community's leader or a place of worship. Despite over 3 decades of protection and study since their discovery, the origins, purpose, and ultimate fate of the Guaju Caves inhabitants remain a mystery. Archaeological estimations date the site to between 1,000 and 2,000 years ago, but these are speculative, and many believe the site is much more ancient. Judging by all of these sophisticated structures, we can agree that there was some kind of lost civilization that lived in China thousands of years ago. But are there any other clues left by this mysterious culture?